Welcome back. And thank you for being part of this platform. So, guys, there's no doubt that in life, things need to get worse, or certain times in life, certain things need to get worse before they can be fixed. However, that is not the case in every situation. As you already know, on Monday, or that was on Tuesday this week, the German government or the German parliament gave a vote of no confidence to the German Chancellor, which therefore means the German Chancellor lost the vote of no confidence to the parliament. He was supposed to get a majority of 367, but he got just 207, which therefore means with this loss, there will be a chances. There will be a new election on February 23rd. So the country now is no longer in the hands of any government. There's no parliament. There's no government because the government has collapsed since early November, since the beginning of November this year, or since sometime in November this year, when the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz sacked his finance minister because of disagreement between the both of them. However, Germany is now, first time since post-Second World War, first time in history that the Germans are without a government. The Germans are without a chancellor. It's so terrible. It's so sad. Poor decisions were made when this government came to power. The coalition government came to power. Since the coalition government came to power, there have been poor decisions have been made in every direction. Yes. And this has led to the crumble of this government. The coalition government crumbled. That was sometime last month in November. So if we say there is that Europe is breaking, know that is because one of the powerhouse, European Union, is because one of the powerhouse, Germany. Because everyone, those days when you're in Africa, you hear Germany, we know that, it's a powerhouse of Europe. Now, Germany is crumbling because of poor decisions that we made. But these are people who come one day to Africa and say, we want to put you guys through on good governance. Good governance where? Poor decisions has crumbled the government. The country is now in the hands of the president. And with this loss, there will be a new election. Instead of September, October, there will be a new election on the 23rd of February. This is something no one ever believed could happen to Germany. But however, this result was expected since last month let me just say the thing just happened as expected. Because for a chancellor to sack his finance minister means there are more to it. So guys, that's it. So Germany, for those of us living in Germany, please know that there will be a new election on the 23rd of February. There will be a new election on the 23rd. Germany is no longer having a government. Germany is no longer having a parliament. Everything has been dissolved. The country is in a deep crisis now. It's in a deep crisis now. But I won't go further. I will just want you to listen to this report from this German news agency, the Deutsche Welle. I want you to listen to this report. While you are listening to this report, I will be back.
We start with breaking news from here in Germany, where Chancellor Olaf Scholz has lost a vote of confidence in Parliament. Scholz won the support of only 207 lawmakers, far short of the majority needed to win. He'd been expected to lose the vote after his three-party coalition collapsed in early November when he fired his finance minister in a dispute over how to revitalise Germany's stagnant economy. It paves the way for snap elections in February, and this is the moment when the result was announced.
The Chancellor's motion did not achieve the required majority of at least 367 votes in favour. I will inform the President of the result of the vote without delay. That brings us to the end of our agenda and to the end of the coalition.
Well, we can cross live now to the German Parliament, the Bundestag, and DW's chief political editor, Michaela Kufner, who's standing by for us. Michaela, great to see you. Busy day indeed for you. We have the result we expected, so what happens next?
Yes, well, we heard from the President of Parliament. She's going to inform the President, Germany's federal president, who has a largely ceremonial role. And he has 21 days within which he can decide what to do. He could also try and get the coalition or the former coalition to have to talk to each other again. But we understand from the comments he's made before that he will clear the way for elections on the 23rd of February. So it's largely procedural from now onwards on that road to those snap elections.
All right, so if it is indeed, as you say, confirmed that the election will take place on the 23rd of February next year, what issues are set to dominate on the campaign trail?
Well, a big one is the economy. That's because Germany, which is the third or fourth largest economy in the world, depending on who you believe, and we heard both mentioned here in Parliament today, has a lot of economic indicators pointing downward. It's also in the midst of a technology transition. Its key car industry is particularly hit, also the electronic vehicle section of it. And that has sparked huge concerns here in Germany that Germany's heyday of being also an industrial country could be over. So that is something that's looming very large. Olaf Scholz's response is to want to pour more money into the economy, to give out grants for specific industries. That is something that is countered by the leader of the opposition, Friedrich Merz, the leader of the conservative CDU-CSU party union, formerly known as Angela Merkel's party. He wants to create new dynamism by cutting taxes. He had a scathing condemnation, not just of the performance of this coalition here today, but also personally of the Chancellor and of him at the European level. And we also expect other issues like migration to play a large role. The bigger that becomes of an issue, the more it plays into the hands of the far-right AfD party, which is neck and neck with the Chancellor's own SPD party, hovering just below 20%. The leading Conservatives currently in the polls at around 30%. So these will be key issues that both sides are zooming in on, and they've already each accused each other of not having done the maths in their party programs and simply not having the financing straight. Just a quick reminder, that's the exact issue why this whole coalition essentially imploded.
Yeah, it certainly did. Now, Scholz will be leading a minority government for the next 2 months. So where does this leave the German Chancellor on the world stage? Because it's a pretty hectic time at the moment.
Yes, well, Parliament is formally dissolved, but it remains the Parliament. It can still take decisions, but both the government and Parliament can't take key decisions for Germany anymore. So there is a huge element of a lame duck key nation here in Europe, neighboring, of course, France, which has its very own struggles with political stability. And the spotlight will potentially be on Italy, interestingly enough, when Donald Trump comes into office on the 20th of January and unveils what his plans are in Europe and what he no longer plans to do. So it was admitted also by the Vice-Chancellor, the Green Trade Minister, Habeck, here in Parliament today, that this comes at a very bad point in time. But it appears that it simply was no longer avoidable, this implosion, essentially, of what was a political experiment, a three-way coalition. But that doesn't mean that there won't need to be another one to get a majority following those snap elections.
We'll leave it there, Michaela. Thanks for that update. DW's chief political editor, Michaela Kuffner, joining us from the German Parliament in the Bund.
I believe you have listened to the report yourself. I believe you have listened to it all. You know, poor decisions being made has led to this crisis. Poor decisions being made. I think one of the decisions that were made was poor economy, poor economic system, poor political system, poor social system, and poor foreign policy. Yeah, so in this particular report, you heard they talk about immigration policies, economic policies, political policies, and foreign policies. You see that there were a lot of loopholes. We don't really know whether they were really doing, those people were really making decisions, were really making decisions for the people, or they were making decisions for themselves. Because if you look at the political terrain, now, within most of these Western countries, you see that it's almost no different with that of Africa. It's almost no different with that of Africa. It's all about themselves. It's not about the people, but it's all about themselves. Politicians are doing things because, they're doing things, it's not, in Africa you have belly politics, but if you see, belly politics has started moving out to the West. Belly politics, stomach politics started moving out to the West. Who could ever expect this coming so soon to the Germans? The rate of poverty in Germany is increasing. People are suffering. What is the government going to do with this over 21 million people? About 21 million people will be going on pension beginning 1st of January. What are they going to do with those people? The tax system here in Germany is the highest. Is the highest if you want to compare it with other countries in Europe. If you are earning, for example, let's say 5,000 euros, you'll be scrambling to get 3,000 or 3,500. Very unfair because of poor political system, poor foreign politics, foreign policy, poor financial and economic policies, poor social policies. This is Germany. You think if Germany is crumbling, you think that Germany will crumble alone? Germany won't crumble alone. If Germany crumbles, now that Germany is in a big crisis, the crisis is affecting most European countries. But that is what I will bring in my next video. Please, I will take God's name, beg you. Don't only watch this video and go. Don't only watch this video and go. Please help someone out there by passing out this information. Pass this information out there to someone by liking the video, dropping us your comment, as well as sharing the video. Thank you guys for doing so. As you do so, may God bless you. Thank you and see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you all for watching this here video. Please like and subscribe and follow. Much love from Little Yas to